Well, from one powerhouse speaker to another, our next guest is known for her innovative approach and relentless dedication. She has literally redefined how properties are bought and sold. Ranked amongst the top 100 agents in the country in 2021, 2022 and 24. Celebrated as one of the top 50 women in real estate during the same years. Her influence in the real estate sector is quite simply unparalleled. Recognised as the most innovative person in real estate by REB in 2020 and the most innovative woman in real estate in 2019. If that wasn't enough, Lisa has been named one of the top 50 most influential people in real estate by Elite magazine. That is outstanding. Whether it's managing her 50-plus team or taking on a once-in-a-lifetime family adventure, you're a traveller, it says here. You went to Antarctica. I'd like to hear about that a little bit more. Lisa's zest for life inspires all those who know her. Ladies and gentlemen, please give her a warm welcome, a warm Big Salt 2025 welcome. Visionary leader and a true innovator of real estate, Lisa Novak.
Hey guys. Hey guys, I'm Lisa Novak. I came into real estate sales just 6 years ago at the age of 46. It's something I had wanted to do my whole life. And today I'm going to share with you how I've built my career using my social media to become the #1 agent in my core area after just a couple of years. So why social media? Why did I get started with social media? I had a vendor of mine contact me shortly after I came into real estate sales, and his brief to me was, Lisa, I need you to sell my property for the most amount of money in the shortest possible time. He was terminally ill. He had no money for marketing, and he was a proud man. He wouldn't take any either. So I decided to do a short video and post it to my Facebook page, which was the biggest portal at the time. So I did this. To bring to market, only on my social media, a 2-bedroom apartment. Now, where I'm standing is I'm on Pacific Parade. Right behind me is JB & Sons, which is an awesome burger place. Next door to that is Beach Burrito, and right across the road from there is DY Beachfront. And then I got a phone call. It was a real estate agent. She called, she said, Lisa, I've just seen that video on your Facebook page. And my first reaction was, I can't actually even believe someone had seen it because I didn't even know I had any followers at the time. She called and she said, yeah, the video on your Facebook page, Lisa, it's awful. True story. It's unprofessional. You are embarrassing the industry. My initial reaction was what everyone would naturally do. What have I done? I'm going to rip it down. How embarrassing. I've literally just been in sales for a few months and I've totally embarrassed myself and I've embarrassed our business. So I went to pull it down. And then I stopped for a moment and I thought to myself, hang on a sec. This actually has nothing to do with me. And this has nothing to do with what the real estate industry thinks. I've got a property to sell for a vendor who's terminally ill. He needs me to sell his property. So I kept it up on my Facebook page, the awful video, and I sold the property the next day. True story. off my Facebook page. Had no idea I even had people there that were following me, except for my friends and family. Sold the property the next day right off my Facebook page for a phenomenal result for the vendor. It literally changed his life. I have to say, guys, it was actually at this moment that I realised that there was a big gap in our industry. There was on-market properties, which, we take vendor-paid advertising, we get our properties out onto those wonderful real estate portals, realestate.com and Domain, but there was actually no other option out there for vendors. There was no $0 marketing strategy. I couldn't believe it. Now, let's not get confused. There's lots of off-market that happens, but really what that means is no formal public advertising. That's what off-market means. No $0 marketing at all that was being offered. So I invented one. And I called it the $0 marketing strategy. I just want to let you guys know that in a very short period of time, 6 years, remember I've only been in sales 6 years, I've sold 678 properties, of which 389 properties have been sold as a direct result of my social media with my $0 marketing strategy, which has ranked me as the #1 agent in my core area after just a number of years out of 658 agents, as a direct result of my social media. So I very quickly realised that my social media was great for people that were looking to buy property, which I'm going to go into greater detail with you guys in just a moment, how this works. So I thought, putting properties out onto social media, allowing people to be able to see property first on my social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and TikTok, great for the buyers. But here's what I didn't envisage. This. All the appraisals that would get generated as a result of my social media. 95% of my appraisals are now generated as a direct result of my social media. Guys, these are some messages that I get coming through literally on a daily basis. In fact, interesting story. I was walking through the streets of Melbourne yesterday. I'm from Sydney, I'm not from Melbourne. Phone rings. I was out with my husband, we were going for a walk. And this girl says, Lisa, my dad's got a property that he needs to sell in DY. That's an area where I work in. I said, oh, great, I'd love to help you. She said, yeah, we've had a couple of other agents, but I hear through the grapevine that you actually do a lot with social media. He's elderly, he doesn't really want to yet go onto the real estate portals. It's quite stressful for him. And I hear that you do a lot on your social media. I said, awesome. I said, and could we meet at the property over the next couple of days? She said, no, I actually don't live in Sydney, I live in Victoria. But I've spoken with 2 people who live down here and they've said, you're the girl to go to. 95% of my appraisals, as I said, are generated as a direct result of my social media. So guys, here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you the tools and the strategies that you're going to need to master your social media. Now remember, I want you guys to know, because I'm sure there are people in this room that are already doing social media. Actually, can I just get a show of hands? Who actually is using social media regularly? Who doesn't have a clue about what they're doing with social media? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to give you guys the tools and the strategies that I used. I'm not a social media trainer. I'm a real estate agent who fell into this, and as a result became the #1 agent in my core area in a very, very short period of time. So what is my social media strategy? What is my $0 marketing strategy? It's what I refer to in my listing presentation as my plan A and my plan B. Plan A. It's getting properties out onto my social media in what I call pre-market. I don't refer to this as off-market. Off-market means you are totally off the grid. Pre-market means we are always ready to launch to market. So plan A. I go through and I do a raw, authentic video using my iPhone, and I launch the property out at $0 cost to the vendors. I launch it out onto my social media and I give buyers the opportunity to see and buy property first before we launch out to the real estate portals. We're always going to the real estate portals. But if we get the opportunity to sell it first in plan A, then that's what we'll do, only if we've gotten a phenomenal result for a vendor. Plan B. Two things are going to happen in plan A. One or two things, I should say. Either we didn't get the price, we didn't get an offer, and so we're always getting prepped and ready to move into plan B, which I'm going to go through with you guys in greater detail in just a moment. Or it has been a wonderful discovery phase. And by that I mean, I've had some really good buyers come through pre-market and they've said, Lisa, great property. I don't think it's a $2 million property. Based on other properties I've seen, I think it's about a 1.8. The discovery phase is happening before we've launched out to the real estate portals. So in the event I need to launch to realestate.com or domain or we understand exactly where we're going price-wise. We're not like, launching it to the portals and then we're like, oh, we've launched too high and then we've got to readjust the price. It looks like a bit of a fire sale. So plan A, plan B. I just want you guys to think about where we are at the moment. We're in the second week of December. How many vendors have you guys been dealing with at the moment that say, we're just going to wait. We're going to wait till the new year? Pretty much all of my, waiting till the new year by the way, pretty much every single one of my listings currently are pre-market in plan A, because I said to the vendors, listen, I've got a great solution for you. Yes, the market will be very, very active in the new year. But why don't we launch it out? It's not going to cost you any money at all for marketing. Why don't we go out to my social media and my database now in plan A? And if we haven't sold it now, then we're all ready to go to plan B in the new year. What a great way to list a property. And if I tell you guys, I've got about 20 to 25 listings currently that are sitting in plan A. Now, I'm just launching some today. We're in the second week of December, where most agents are going, well, just wait. The vendor's going, this is a brilliant idea. We absolutely love it. So here it is, plan A, my $0 marketing strategy. Guys, it's going to make good sense. These are my secret herbs and spices. It's going to make great sense to get your phones out and take photos of this stuff. Plan A, here's what it looks like, the $0 marketing strategy. I start with teaser text on my social media. I'm going to give you some examples of this in just a moment. Text. It's very, very basic text that doesn't give a whole lot away. It just lets people know on my social media that something is coming. Basic teaser text. I cannot tell you how many properties I have sold just off this teaser text alone. A raw video of the property. The agent that said, that awful video, you're embarrassing yourself, I continued doing it and sold a huge amount of properties that way. So this is just raw video content. Guys, I don't want you to get hung up. If you haven't done videos before, I don't want you getting hung up on getting the perfect video. Because, actually I'll tell you a story. I went and did a talk at a massive company, big buyer's agency, about 5 months ago. And I sat there and I spoke to them and I went through a whole lot of stuff with them about making videos and doing all that sort of stuff. And I had a girl call me the other day. She said, Lisa, you came out to blah, blah, and you gave that talk. It was awesome. I just want to let you know I've gone out and I've bought a selfie stick. I've got the new phone. I got myself a Rode mic. And I'm almost ready to do my first video. And I said to her, I was there 5 months ago. Imagine all the properties you could have sold if you just did that raw, authentic video. People will respect you for it. They will respect you for it. So please don't get hung up on this stuff, guys. I only use my iPhone. I don't use any other gadgets. I don't use mics. I don't use lights. I don't use anything because that's what I've got with me all the time. And don't overthink it. As part of my Plan A, my $0 marketing strategy, I actually include professional photos. I include those as part of my $0 marketing strategy. There's 2 reasons why. You're all right. I know, clicking on and off. One reason, guys, is because we're always getting prepped and ready to go to realestate.com or Domain. I don't want any downtime. So I take the professional photos. I'm putting money on the line with the vendors. I include that as part of my $0 marketing strategy. And I'm ready in the event I need to launch that property quickly onto the real estate portals. No downtime. I also want nice sold photos for when I've sold the property. But 70% of my properties I actually sell in Plan A, pre-market. Sure.
How many people are following on all the 4 different lineup? You'll probably get to it, but how many people are following on each time section?
Yep. So, sorry, what was your name? Justin. So the question Justin's asking is, how many people are following? Guys, I'm going to get to that in a moment. Don't get hung up on the followers. It's literally fake news. It's fake news. And I'll tell you why. I sold the property on Facebook. When I first got into real estate sales, I had no idea what I was doing on social media. Absolutely no idea. And I sold that property. And then I went on to go and sell a whole lot of other properties that we had just sitting on our website. I went and sold all of those as well, but I didn't have a lot of followers. But I do want to just address that, Justin, because when you are giving people the content that they want to hear and see, they're going to follow you. The worst thing that you can do is go and buy followers. It's the worst thing that you can do. But how many followers do I have? I've built it up over, 6 years. Now collectively across all of my channels, I'd have a good 40, 50,000 now. But I've built that up organically. We'll go into more detail on that in a moment. Oh, thanks. Thank you, guys. Pre-market signboard. Again, I'm going to give you guys some examples of this in just a moment. I love signboards. I think people think of me and they think I only do social media. I do lots and lots of social media, but I do lots of other marketing as well. I love signboards, guys. Any opportunity I can to put a signboard in front of a property or 2 or billboards or whatever it is, I will take it. It's marketing. It's marketing. And I have signboards that talk to people. Again, I'm going to show you in just a moment, but I do have a pre-market signboard that tells people the property is pre-market. You can buy it now, pre-market. Tell the people. I love signboards, and I pay for those as well, by the way. Don't give everything away to generate inquiry. Social media is really different to watching a movie. Someone once said to me, people have got really good attention spans, on social media. Imagine, we can sit and watch a movie for 3 hours, but social media is different. You literally have 3 seconds to grab someone's attention. 3 seconds. And then you don't want to give everything away. So I won't give away the address. I won't give away the price because I want to generate inquiry. And again, I'm going to give you guys some examples of this in just a moment. But don't give everything away. And then sometimes I see on people's social media, they do this big, long text. It's a novel. No one's going to read it, guys. I'm sorry to tell you. No one's going to read, oh, this is an unparalleled property. It's just 3 minutes stroll down to the beach. No one cares, and no one's going to read it. You've got to not give everything away to generate the inquiry. Okay, here is an example, guys. Look at that, the teaser text. Incredible DY house, just 3 minutes to the beachfront. More, message me. That's the teaser text that I start with on my social media. In case you didn't notice, there was no one who did the marketing on that, and there's no graphic design. It's literally me writing some text that I then post out to Instagram, Facebook, 2 accounts, TikTok, LinkedIn. And I have sold so many properties just off that alone. I literally just put one up onto my social media for a North Curl property that I've got. We're obviously Sydney-based agents. And I cannot tell you how much inquiry I have generated just from that text alone. Guys, they're the signboards. We are very fortunate in our office. I have a husband who loves technology. We've got the biggest sticker printer machine you've ever seen. I'm not joking. And we can print massive stickers. So I actually utilise that resource, but you can use your signboard company. I do have a pre-market signboard. That is my signboard there, guys, the one that's got the picture on it. That's my general signboard. And then guess what I do when the property sells? I tell people the price. Isn't that what everyone wants to know? Why don't you just tell people what they want to know, and you're going to win hearts everywhere. I always ask my vendor, as part of our marketing process, we would love it if we could let the community know what the property's sold for. They're going to find out anyway. Do you mind if we put the sticker on? It's much better than just putting a sold sticker with an agent's face. Tell the people what they want. And then the raw, authentic video. Literally just use my iPhone. It's what I have with me all the time. I don't overthink it. I literally turn the video on and away we go. I do a lot of lives. Live content on any of those channels will give you brownie points. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, they want live content. They will reward you accordingly. If you cannot bring yourself to do the lives, it's a funny thing about people. You know, we can sit and have this conversation about real estate, and all of a sudden I put a camera in someone's face. And they go, oh, no, I can't do that. If you can't do it, pre-record it, guys. Keep it really short, about 60 to 90 seconds maximum. And then you can repurpose it and push it up onto your social media channels. You can use it for your stories, your Facebook pages, your LinkedIn and your TikTok. Guys, here is the video script you're going to need to get you started doing your videos on social media. Hi guys, my catchphrase. A garden apartment that feels like a mini house. 3 seconds to knock them between the eyeballs. We are just 2 minutes to the beachfront. I want to show you how close we are. There has been many a time when I haven't even gone inside the property. I just sold a 4-bedroom house the other day that literally was about 1 minute to the beachfront. I stood outside on the street on a Saturday while everyone's going to the beach, and I'm there in my suit and it was 35 degrees, and I'm doing my video on the corner of the thing, and I go, you know what, I'm going to just chuck my heels off. And I ran down and said, I want to show you guys, wait, I want to show you how close we are to the beach. You cannot do that with a photo. You have the opportunity to buy this one now before it launches out to the real estate portals. We're always heading to realestate.com and Domain. But if the property sells prior, it's because we had a phenomenal price. Create the urgency. If you would like more information, message me here. Guys, that's the video script that you're going to need to get you started on your social media. Now, in the event we haven't sold the property plan A, which usually I run for about a week, it doesn't run for very long. the traction off social media and off your database is usually going to happen very quickly. I find it'll start to fizzle quite soon. So 14 days, 4 weeks, 4 years, however long you want to do it for, is up to you. But I know with my tribe that follow my socials and that are off my database, usually I get about 1 week and then it starts to fizzle. But we're always prepped and ready to go to the real estate portals. I sell heaps of property off the real estate portals. But for my vendors, what a great option for them, guys. As I said, look where we are at the moment. I can get you pre-market out to the database and my social media. We can get started on that straight away. If we're not sold pre-market, then we're all prepped and ready for the new year. We'll get you onto realestate.com and domain. Plan B. Guys, here's the 5 tools that you're going to need to get you started selling on your social media. Justin, there's your question. Forget about the followers. Forget about the followers. It does my head in. Mark and I have got 2 girls, 18 and 25. Sorry, 26. Oops. just delete that bit out. They're constantly going, oh, Mum, you don't have that many followers. I'm like, I don't care. I've got the right types of followers. I don't want 2,000 teenagers following me. They're not my demographic. The people that follow me, they're on there because they want to follow me. They want to see the properties first, right, before I launch it out to the real estate portals. 2, give people a reason to follow you. So for me, the buyers get to see property first in my plan A. Create the urgency. For my vendors, they don't have to pay me any money in marketing. Don't want any money at all. Let's just go out to my social media first. But you've got to give people a reason to follow you. It's not enough to just post up, I've listed it and I've sold it. That's our job, by the way. It always makes me laugh when agents do that, but we do. But give them other reasons to follow you. We do so much content on our social media. Novak, our business, has a big social media presence, as do I on my social media, but I'm giving content that people want to know. So as real estate agents, do you know how much information we all have that we don't share with anyone? How do you buy property? Have you ever tried Googling that? It's a nightmare. How do you sell a property? What's the market doing? I think we've got agents here from all over the country. And I was asking Maria last night at dinner, so what's the market doing in Melbourne at the moment? Tell people, give them the easy to digest information. One of our biggest shows that we do on our social media is what's the property market doing in 15 seconds? What's the property market doing in 15 seconds? It's giving really good information to people fast. They're getting a hit and they're getting it fast. And it's just easy to watch. We'll walk into cafes all over the place, anywhere, and people go, what's the property market doing in 15 seconds? I'm like, what? It gets traction. The second biggest thing that we do is breakfast at Novak. It's ridiculous. Every Saturday morning, we interview our staff on what they ate for breakfast. It's crazy, but it gets traction. And then there's so many things that we do, guys. As I said, there is so much information that we know as real estate agents that you're not even documenting. And if you don't know what to talk about on your social media, just copy someone. Just copy someone, but give people a reason to follow you. Raw, authentic content is key. Like Chris's talk was incredible. I was glued to her. It was Chris being Chris. I know that the girl, when she came off the stage, that was exactly how she was. That raw authenticity is absolutely key. There is no point having filters and, you're this slow-walking real estate agent putting your hand across the kitchen bench or getting out of your Bentley. And then they meet you and they're like, wait, what? You're like so different to what I thought you were going to be. That raw authenticity is key. It really is. And if you mess up, who cares? Like, it's literally just us being us. But people will respect you for it. I cannot tell you how many times I'll walk into a listing presentation and people go, I feel like I know you, because it's just me. But the raw authenticity, guys, it's absolutely key. Okay, this is the hard one, the consistency. You know, I do these talks and then people come up to me and they go, so, like, I tried the social media thing for a couple of weeks and nothing. Didn't get anything out of it. The consistency for me, posting on my social media, is about 3 to 5 hours a day. But it gives me back so much. And I actually really enjoy it. If you're just starting out, guys, 5 minutes a day. Record everything. Literally record everything. And then you can push content up as you like. When you get home this afternoon, you can put up content about the conference, anything at all. Go interview an agent. But the consistency is what is going to work. If you're not consistent with this, guys, it will not work. It's like anything. A diet for 2 weeks won't work either, but that consistency thing, that's the hardest thing, and that's probably where I see most people fall down. Okay, to boost or not to boost. Do you know, putting money behind social media is actually the cheapest form of marketing you can buy. I don't know if you guys have got the real estate section of your newspapers anymore. Do you? No. So, yes? Okay, ours in our area, we're on the northern beaches in Sydney. It became obsolete about 4 years ago and got replaced with nothing. Obviously, we've got the great real estate portals. But if you're only just starting out on your social media, it's only a very small amount of money to get you a whole lot of eyeballs. Remember, we'd put ads into the newspaper, they'd be this big, and they'd cost $2,000. If you put $2,000 behind your social media post, it's going to explode. $50, it's going to explode. I'm all for that, particularly if you're just starting out. I don't boost ads, but it is a wonderful, wonderful way of getting yourself out there quickly. So I say definitely boost your content and just keep it to a nice tight radius around wherever you're selling that property. No more than 5 kilometres. But yes, I'm a big advocate for boosting. As I said, it's the cheapest form of marketing that you can buy. So guys, here's what I want to leave you with. You've got to have this. Like, you've got to have the courage to stand out. I want you to just have a good think about what you are doing to make yourself unforgettable. What are you doing to make yourself unforgettable? Because if you're just doing what every other agent is doing, then how is a client going to choose you above anyone else? So have the courage to stand out. You know, as I said, the noise that I heard from the real estate agent who called me, I'd only just been in sales a really short time, and she said, you're embarrassing yourself. You're humiliating yourself. I think most people would have gone, delete. Oh my God, how embarrassing. But I pushed through the noise. And I broke ground. And I disrupted things. And I did what everyone said to me, you can't do. So have the courage to stand out. Don't worry about being judged. I think this is the biggest thing. You put yourself onto a video, what are people going to say about you? Who cares? Because when you find yourself in that space, it's amazing. When you genuinely just don't care what other people think about you. I don't care. You get it? It's an amazing space to be in. I don't care about if people think my hair was flying through my face, I had my shoes off and I was running down the street. I don't care. I'm doing this because I want to help people. And I want to make a difference. This has nothing to do with Lisa Novak, and this has nothing to do with the industry. But don't worry about don't worry about being judged. And then you just got to get started, guys. That's the hard part. You've just got to get started. So before we move into some questions, because I'm hoping some of you guys have got them, I reckon we're going to do a little video right now. Who wants to come up here and do a live video? Who's going to do that? Come on, let's go. Let's get started. All right. We are going to do, so guys, probably my favourite channel on my social media is my Instagram. It's the one that I get the most amount out of, but I also put the most into as well. TikTok's another really, really good one as well. A lot of people think it's just teenage girls dancing. It's not. There is so much content. I consume all my content on TikTok, LinkedIn, and then I've got 2 Facebook pages as well. So today we're going to go and do a live on Instagram. The thing that you need to remember to do is turn off, you've got to put on your do not disturb. You'll do it once, you'll get a phone call come through, it'll be like, you know, one of your daughters or kids are calling and it's cut right on top of your video. So make sure you put your do not disturb on. I go onto Instagram, I do a live, I hold my camera straight to my face like that. So I don't, you know, when sometimes agents are running through properties and they're going, I just want to show you the lounge room. By the way, you don't need to say that. And, you know, or hi, I'm Lisa Novak. You don't need to say that either because they're on your channel. Or the other thing is, oh, I'm just going to turn the video around. Why are you telling people that? Don't tell them, it's awkward. So I actually do the camera front facing like that so I can see myself on there. What's your name? Wayne, where are you from, Wayne? Greensboro, Victoria. Okay, let's do a video, guys. Ready? We're going live. Hey guys, I am here at the Black Salt Conference with Wayne. How are you, Wayne?
Very well.
That's good. Did you learn something from the talk today?
An enormous amount, Lisa. Yeah, fantastic. Just pinpointing what to do and forget all the fluff and don't worry about it. Just do it anyway.
That's it. Oh my God. Wayne was listening. Thank you so much. Guys, I don't even know if there's even anyone out there. You're all gone very quiet. Guys, thank you so much. It's been an absolute honour and a privilege. Thank you to Maria and Manos as well for putting on a phenomenal conference. And thank you so much to you for having the guts to get up. Thank you. All right, guys, it is that simple, right? It is that simple. So now I want everyone to get started with doing this. I'm going to be watching you all. I then share that to my social media. And then without getting too technical, you can then pull it down off your live feed and you can repurpose that video, right? So even though we just did a live, you can actually pull it down and then you can repurpose it. Okay, now, questions, guys. And for anyone that asks a question, I've got, hi guys, caps. So I'm expecting that there's going to be some questions. We've got literally, I'm 1 minute over time. Have I got 2 minutes for questions? Yes, okay, awesome. Who's got a question, guys? Yes, Dave. Oh, one at the back. Hello.
Sorry, thank you. What dialogue do you use when you get offers in your plan A phase of the campaign, but they're not quite where you believe the property could sit and you feel like you need to go to portals? So how do you speak with your owners about that?
Yeah, that's a really good question because sometimes the offers come really fast. So I'll give you an example quickly. I sold a property the other day. The vendor had found me on social media. It was not in my area. It was about half an hour outside of where I operate. And she said, I can't find another agent that does this. It went out to my social media and I had an offer sight unseen come in within 4 hours. And it was a cracking offer. So sometimes what happens is you take the offer to the vendor and they go, well, that was good. Imagine what's going to happen if we are out for the next week or two. Look, I always set my vendors up and ask them, what is your dream price? I mean, if I had an offer that was presented immediately, what would that look like for you? And then we sort of go from there, because I always ask my vendors, what does your baseline look like? Because the market's a bit funny in Sydney still. What does your baseline look like? And then what does your dream price look like? So I always know where we're heading to. So if we've knocked that out of the ballpark, or we're above that, then usually they'll move quite quickly. But I set that up in my listing presentation with them already. But yes, sometimes the offers come really quick, particularly in that pre-market, because a lot of the buyers know, oh, she's going to sell it fast if we pay a phenomenal price. Next question.
Hi Lisa, just wondering what channel, as far as your profile, are we better off advertising as, say, Dwyer Properties, or as David Dwyer or Hayden Friends, or on your personal profiles, or would you create Lisa Novak, real estate agent?
Yep, so you need them all. So if you're a business, so I'll give you a living example. We're a business, we have Novak accounts. So we have Novak TikTok, we have Novak LinkedIn, we have Novak Facebook. And then Lisa Novak, I've got my own page with my own profile. The same things are not posted on both. So my one's more about, what I do, my properties, what I'm selling. It's more my channel that's curated for me, by me. I don't outsource, by the way, guys. I do not outsource. Not to say that you shouldn't. Something is better than nothing, but I want this being very authentically me. And then our Novak channel, so our company channel, is quite a lot more generic, to be honest with you. And we do have a media department in the office that looks after that and gets all sorts of content out. But yes, you need both. You need both. Yep. Oh, I'm not giving out hats, guys. Maybe I've got someone who can give out those hats. There's the guy at the back. Oh, you got extras? Okay, perfect. All right, another question. I think, how am I going for time, Manos? One more, yes.
Yeah, hi. Thank you. So I just wanted your example of your sold board that said sold off market and it went for a great price. I personally find that, sold one this week, it went over, we had multiple. It's really easy to quickly advertise that. But if you've got a property signboard, it goes up, it takes 3 months to sell, the price was significantly lower than where you set. Does your signboards reflect that? Because obviously it's easy when it's a great price and it's in 6 days, but it's hard when it's sold for, $100,000 less than you may have advertised it for. So
But we didn't.
Your sold campaigns.
Absolutely. I had one the other day. So I sold a deceased estate, and it was this big corner block, and I put up sold $2.82 million, and then had the next door neighbour call me, and she goes, "You sold that quick?" And I go, "I know. It was quite an active campaign. We had a great offer. The vendors were super happy with it." She goes, "That's a shocking offer," and I was like, "Oh." Look, but it wasn't. The truth is that it's the sold price. Now, whether it's on a board or it's on realestate.com, that's tell people. That's what that is the price that property sold for. We didn't sell it cheap. That was the market. And it's a funny thing because the industry's always quick to talk about all the great things that happen. No one ever gets onto social media and says, "I've had the worst day." I've had 5 deals fall over today. It's been a shocker. Absolutely. I've dealt with 3 really annoying vendors. No one ever talks about that. I do, actually. I don't give out names or anything like that. But tell the people. Give them the information. By the way, guys, just before I wrap up, be careful with giving information that only real estate agents understand. We put stuff on signboards, 50 contracts, 300 buyers inspected. Do you know no one understands that? No one actually knows what that means, except for a real estate agent. If this was a surgeon's conference and I said, I saved 500 lives this year and I performed 60 operations, you'd be like, "Is that good or bad? I don't know." People don't know. So just, be careful. Make sure, I always say, the way I market is like it's to a 5-year-old. So that everyone's going to understand. People aren't looking at my teaser text going, "Huh?" It's really easy to understand information. Oh, there's a hat. Oh, you got a hat. Oh, well done. Okay, guys, any other questions? I think we're over time.
Okay, we'll have to wrap us, I think. We're moving on
gotta
now,
wrap it.
Lisa. But
Okay.
Lisa, you're going to be around for the rest
I
of
am,
today?
guys. Yes,
All right,
I'm
all right,
around.
I think we should
and
all
I'm back tomorrow.
take advantage of Lisa being here. Give her a
Thank
big
you
round
so
of applause.
much. Thank you, guys.
Lisa, I have no doubt that you'll be inundated at the breaks, and perhaps you can use a social media platform even to get in contact with Lisa. I think there should almost be a rule that if you want to ask Lisa a question, you have to have done a post.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get started. Join me
That's
once again
a good one.
thanking Lisa Novak.
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Arthur, as I was reflecting on Lisa's presentation then, I think the big thing that stood out for me was I'm constantly sitting there linking all of the presenters. And if again we come back to Manos's favourite slide, which was around our goal setting and where did we start in 2021, how many people over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years have had on their list of things to do in the year ahead is to get your social media sorted? Who would say that? Let's see the hands, get them up, right? Because that's the reality, right? We're putting these things off potentially because it's something that we don't necessarily know, we don't understand, we're overthinking it. I know I've got a group of BDs that were doing social media videos recently. I literally had every one of them ringing me with heart palpitations about what they should wear, how their hair should be. They were doing 10 videos. I said, guys, it's going on socials. Socials is raw. We are using it for social reasons. And we see what we've seen with Lisa today is, again, that word, my word of the day, I think, Arthur, authenticity, right? So she just jumps on a camera and goes for it. And she cares, but she cares about the result, not how she looks. Does that make sense? So I think that's really important that we keep that up today. Again, fantastic session, and I know I'll be looking forward to seeing what you're all doing on social media there. But